Let's talk energy. Welcome to the podcast. Changing energy, shifting perception. Energy is changing on this planet. The earth, the vibration, and us as humans. This podcast is to inform, enlighten, and give you different perspectives on this fifth dimensional energy, and to help you navigate your next exciting chapter. Connect with me via social media in the links provided, and I'd love to meet you. Share this podcast with your friends and enjoy the chat. Now, let's get on with today's show. Hello and welcome to the podcast. 3 steps to living an empowered life. Have you ever felt truly empowered in life? Have you ever felt truly disempowered? In this podcast, I will show you how you can experience your life in an empowered way in 3 simple steps. Simple, but not necessarily easy. If it were easy, everyone would be fully empowered all of the time, right? Here's the funny thing about that though. It's not easy to stay disempowered either. But first, let me tell you a story. I was very empowered for a great portion of my life. I ran my own business. I made my own decisions, broke the rules, and succeeded far beyond what the boundaries would have allowed. I had fun, I made money, I helped people. I thought it was just natural for me to be like this. I was in the flow. And then my life began to change. Another divorce or a long marriage end. I got tired of where I was at in life, so I moved and left everything to begin again on a bright, new, shiny, clean slate. Over the space of a few years, I totally lost the empowered state that I was so used to. It was so foreign to me. I felt useless at relationships. I felt useless and stupid in business. I felt useless and ugly as a person. I was feeling completely worthless and very disempowered. I had left the shelter of a known daily routine where it was easy for me to feel empowered and be in charge of my life to something where I felt I had no control. I fell into victim mindset very fast and I couldn't escape it. Have you ever felt like this? Knowing you are better than the life and the reality that is presenting to you daily, but unable to get your head out of the muddiness? I stayed there for 4 or 5 years. It was hard. It was a struggle financially and emotionally, and it nearly destroyed my spirit. But then I realized the blessing of it all. I was beckoned to lift myself out of this so that I knew how and I knew that it was possible. I felt I was going to be able to help others do the same, and I had to experience it for myself to truly feel it and know it. Now, I think 4 or 5 years was a little bit extreme, but hey, I'm so stubborn, and the lessons really were deep. Over this period, I learned a lot from the people around me who were coaching and mentoring me. I had some amazing mentors. And from my friends who supported me, and from being aware in each moment that I had a choice in life. It took persistence, it took gumption, it took education, it took time, and it took courage. There were many tears along the way, and the pain of facing some of these fears was almost unbearable. But each step of the way, I was supported, and each step was a step in a more empowered direction. So here are the 3 main things that I did on a consistent basis to change from feeling trapped by life to living an empowered life. Number 1, stop the blame, change your language and your thoughts. One of the most disempowering things you can do in life is to be constantly in the blame game. It's their fault that I feel like this. It's her fault. I can't do that. It's his fault that I'm not happy. It's their fault that my life sucks. Now, while you may think that this blaming is giving you power, it's actually the people you are blaming and the situations that are taking your power from you. You have the choice in every moment to decide how you feel, how you react, how you speak, and how you think, and you have the choice in every moment as to how you live. When you give that power away by thinking and acting as if someone else can control you, then you will never feel empowered. The thoughts around this, the language, as well as the reactions, all need to change, and it's the moment by moment awareness that is the key here. So next time you hear or feel yourself blaming someone for something, ask yourself, how am I losing my power right now? Am I giving that person or situation the control of how I feel right now? This will bring you back to a more centered space where you decide how you feel about the situation. Anger and blame for situations or other people is actually hurting you, not them. So if you think you are being the one in control by using blame to get those feelings you want to feel, think again. You are actually allowing other people's actions and words to control you. Now, number 2 is clear vision. The next really important factor in my self-empowerment journey, and step 2 is having a clear vision of who you are and where you want to be or who you want to become. This is where so many of my clients are stuck, and it's actually one of the first things that we work on. For some people, this actually makes them feel sick in their stomach. It churns around with all of the fear. Who am I to want that life? Who do I think I am to think I deserve it? You know, we really have been brought up to believe we are not good enough to live an extraordinary life. We must stay with the herd and do what the herd does, and God help you if you step outside of that, because they won't. Right? Is it any wonder we have fears so deep within us that we are not even aware of them, that keep us from dreaming and visioning a better life for ourselves? And for some of us, even when we do vision this new life, we don't feel we deserve it, so it doesn't manifest. So what I have found is that a super clear vision is vitally important to get you where you want to go, and it's the fuel to your self-empowerment along the way. The process of bringing this clear vision to life is where we get stuck, because this is where the fears come up. But once again, if you can be in the moment and be aware of what is coming up for you, it will easily pass and you can rise above it. Rising above anything is impossible when you are in blame and disempowerment. My advice here to clients, and also now here for you, is to begin writing down how you want your life to look. How do you want it to look? What is your passion? How do you see yourself in the next year or so, or further than that? Write it down in a way that is fluid for you. add to it, change it, rewrite it. Get it in your head so clearly that when you close your eyes, you can feel it, you can smell it, touch it and taste it. You can know it. When you are then in those moments of the old energy of anger and blame, you can remind yourself of the person in this vision. Would this person be acting like this right now? Would this version of me be thinking, saying, and doing that right now? What would this version of me be thinking, or saying, or doing? It's a super empowered way of being that is also actually very freeing. So number 3 is taking daily action. So daily action is the step also that many don't take. You know, manifesting does not occur just on a whim and a prayer, right? Action needs to be taken in the direction of your vision. And when you do, the wings of the universe will carry you to the next step. The way to figure out what action to take is to look at your end goal or bigger vision and then work backwards to create a plan. For instance, if your bigger vision sees you traveling more, take action each day by exploring different countries on maps or places and experiences that you might like to have and see where you are drawn to go. It's all very well to say, I'd like to travel more, but where are you going? What will you do? Who will you take? What will you see? Take action on those things. If your vision is to speak to large groups of people, begin today by taking action on what you need to learn to be a great speaker. Write down some ideas of what you would speak about. Find different groups or create your own where you can begin. You know, we can often get overwhelmed with the amount we need to learn or what we have to do to see something become a reality. And we seriously can just freeze in procrastination. But if your bigger vision is clear, you will easily be able to take the small daily steps to get there. And you'll be so excited about your bigger vision. You'll be so keen to get those daily steps done. It won't take any motivation. And let me tell you, the actual action of something small each day is very empowering. You've taken back control of your life. So I hope you will put these 3 steps into practice. It may not be perfect at first, but keep going. Living your unique, empowered life is your daily choice. Keep your awareness high in every moment and check in with your thoughts, words, and actions. Let the old fears and beliefs come up to the surface and then let them go. I know you can do this. And no matter where you are now in life, you can do it and you can change everything. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Until next time, bye for now.